one of the biggest challenges too is in long-term relationships like you have with a spouse is that how things diverge on what's important in time. And so uh, something like an event that we're experiencing now changes the focus very sharply about these things that you might not have been paying as much attention to as you wished you had, but now I can. This now I have a different focus on what who I want to make sure is engaged and realizes the relationship I find is important, and it's not just mine, but it's all of us. But it's kind of like what the thing Michelle was me that she's going through. You want to say these things, you want to mean it, you want should have done all along, but we don't do relationship that way usually. We do the things that we do, and the things that aggravate it still aggravate us. And at some point, you say, it's take this anymore. Some people walk away from it, and some people just disregard it and say, okay, just do your thing. At some point, that's probably healthy. I can't. I don't expect, in this case, mine to be my soulmate is on a bicycle. That's not reasonable. And she probably realizes I'm not going to be the guy at the thrift shop that's put together this stuff that she does and all the creative things that she can come up with. Heck, it drives me nuts sometimes. All this stuff's going on. Are you kidding me? But you got to step back and say, this is a creative spirit that's out here running through that you got to respect. And if I wasn't doing enough of that, then I'm guilty because I know that that's part of it. That now now I'm sitting more sharply focused, and gotta make sure that's upheld, and make sure that that value is recognized. And we all have our spots that we could certainly do better on. That was for me. Recognize that one pretty quick when I realized how important that is for somebody to come in and take care of you at some level. Somebody is willing to be a caretaker in a situation that you can trust and in your interests and all those things that go around with that. And thankfully, I got that. So, gotta be sure and reinforce that. For, you never know what's going on the next step, how long it lasts, or anything else. If anything, we just got a preview because we didn't have that truck hit us. We just have some more time to do these things that we ought to be doing. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at a lot of this. Second chance to do something a little bit better. Michelle said that Pat last night. She says, I never got to say these things to Dad. She says, I want to say them to you. And she was telling me this. And, okay, I'm getting you now. I see where you're coming from. She was really churning over this. So yeah, I see that. I feel it too. I want to say those things. I want to be able to be sure I have the opportunity to make sure it's not just stuck in my head and out somewhere else that we can share this or whoever, whatever. Don't want locked in the box.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think part of the bound up with the structure that work gives is the roles that have come into it. No one would ever look at the life that you and Mom had and say that you had in any way impeded her creative spirit,
yeah,
because it obviously is in extreme abundance, and everyone would say that you had enabled it,
yeah,
and had supported it. And yet that there's roles that you have that are not interchangeable. And I think to that point, Mom is, I think what I think there's two things that define her. One is this creative spirit and this energy, the restless energy to make something. And
yeah,
then secondly, the guiding light of her life is love for her family.
yeah,
And that, I mean, there's a sort of like that's the core of the being. And then your relation to it is to together there's this structure that and consistency that you provide within which that love flourishes and has built this like amazing place and amazing family. And with that being said, the sense that mom just always provides love to everybody who needs it
Yeah.
and care and be the caretaker for everyone except you in what we can observe because
Yeah.
you're the one who's supporting her ability to then go out with towards everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when it is in a situation where that the polarity of that has to get reversed a little bit,
Yeah.
it's after 50 years,
Yeah.
it's probably feels a little unfamiliar.
Yeah. That's probably a good way to put it. Yeah. Yeah.